There's no cold open. We're just jumping right in. We're just starting a stream. It's just happening. No. We're just in it. We're just in it to win it. We're here. We are here now. Let me just see. I gotta do one thing. Set up my closed captioning. Let's see if my sound alerts are actually set up. Drop this 6M. Okay, everything's okay here. Clicking to start captioning. Here we go. All right, so we're just, I don't know, I'm just chilling. I'm playing Mahjong today. I'm just chilling. It's going to be a very relaxed stream. We're going to listen to some songs, maybe on my end at least. And I'm just going to chill. I think this hand is probably going to work out. I was just thinking, like, you know, if I need to readjust what I'm doing, because I kind of want to make use of this Dora tile. We can wait on 4-7p as the pair option, but again, we could just wait out a little bit longer. I don't think we need to worry about that super hard at this exact moment. Hey Raz, happy Wednesday. It's good to see you. I heard you had a snow day essentially. You got to go home early from work. I hope it was a safe drive home. I know it's not fun to hydroplane. I know it's not fun to hydroplane, so I hope it was very safe on the way back. Haha, it was a wind day. A wind day, yeah. Super windy today, super cold. Wind and rain, I guess, but yeah, I got home just fine. I'm glad. I don't like driving, so, you know, I feel like maybe you're the same way. Maybe you just like to just be safe at home. Nice and warm, nice and cozy. Let me drop the 7p. Okay. This hand was not to be. This hand was not to be. I started like very randomly. Again, like mid-game, I just thought, oh, I kind of want to just be on stream today and just hang out. So here we are hanging out. And I'm probably going to stream for a while. I don't really have anything going on for projects, I think, until tomorrow afternoon. So I can stay up a little bit late and do whatever. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. The stream bug hit? Absolutely it did. Absolutely it did. I love to stream. I think it's, I mean, like, you know, I'd probably be talking to myself as I play this game anyway, muttering darkly to myself about what's going on as I play video games, but it's nice to chit chat with people, especially when you're in a talkative mood. I was gonna say, Raz, maybe you'll appreciate this. I think I'm gonna start taking adult beginner horse riding lessons. So there's a place that's not too far from where I live. I've never that's so hype. Yeah, I've never ridden horses before, but there's a place that's not too far from where I live, and I just thought, you know, this is a way for me to practice like leaving my property. This is a way for me to practice like driving around and leaving my property and doing something more active that I think would be good. Please make sure you wear a helmet, even if they do Western style. Helmets are good. Yeah, I think helmets are a good idea. I value my brain, and I have a bad feeling, you know, like I'll probably be bucked or in some way. I don't know. I'm not very lucky when it comes to animal-based activities. So we'll see how it goes, but I thought of you. I was like, oh, you know, I think like Raz is really in. She rides horses for real, so maybe I will talk about it with her at some point. I think can you just buy a house? I have a really big head, giant brain. Do I need to like get fitted, or is it one of these things I could just order online? We have a saying that you have to fall off at least 10 times before you get to the end of your riding career. It happens to everyone, but it's honestly very chill. Yeah. I just like animals. I would suggest getting fitted. Yeah, maybe I should look up a place that has like helmet fittings, and we can look for something that would work. but sometimes might do well with giving good measurements online. Yeah. But yeah, the local tack shop should be able to help you out. Yeah, I mean, I live in a fairly rural area, and like the culture around here, a lot of people are just into horses. So, but what you see in some places, like in like Pennsylvania, some other like, you know, Virginia, like different states, New York actually has like pretty, yeah, there's got to be one around horse country. Yeah, horse country. There's like there's a fairly good number of people around here who ride horses and who are into having horses, which I was kind of surprised about. I wasn't expecting that when I first moved to this area. I didn't know a lot about the area when I first moved here, but I wasn't expecting that like horses were going to be around, or the quantity of like other like livestock animals. I'm always surprised. I think maybe it's like the homestead movement had an impact on this too, but there's a surprising amount of families who keep like cows and goats around as well. So I just sometimes, like when I'm taking a drive around, I'll see like a family that has like a small herd of goats in their front yard. I guess in like a in a paddock. They're just grazing peacefully. Yeah, the homesteading movement really influenced a lot of people to keep like a family dairy cow or dairy goats or whatnot. Yeah, I mean, especially if you have the room for it, I think it's pretty prevalent. I was talking with a friend of mine who lives, I used to live in North Carolina, and my friend still lives in the Triangle area, which is kind of like where all the college towns meet, essentially. And she was saying how there's been a proliferation of people getting like, poultry too. So like, if not chickens, then quails, because quails are, you can feed them a lot. You feed them a lot less. They're much more manageable. Quails are much quieter, and quails are much quieter too. Yeah, I think they're slightly easier to keep clean. Like, they take up less room, so they don't cause as much mess. Which, is a big thing. This and this. Yeah, my friend keeps quail, and she says they're just a lot easier to deal with, easier to handle in general too, because they're so small. Yeah, exactly. And like the ratio of quail egg to chicken egg is actually not too bad. I think my friend said like 3 quail eggs equals like 1 chicken egg, like 1 large chicken egg. So you can keep a couple of quail, but they eat way, way less. They're so much smaller and nicer to handle. I guess it's much more convenient to keep quail. I think like I think ducks are hard to keep because they're usually quite stinky, messy. They are tasty, but they're also harder to pluck if you eat them for meat or something. Ducks need a lot more infrastructure. Yeah, because you have to have a pond or else they're not very happy. And the geese are aggressive. Yeah, I've definitely been chased by a goose before. So I'm not a huge goose fan myself. There's nothing quite like being chased by a goose as a child and like bitten by it for you to realize these birds are not my friends. They do not like me. I might get a guard goose for my chickens one day, but I don't know if I want to deal with an aggro goose. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Some geese I think like are okay, but some of them are just like a little bit much. It's also exciting to imagine you with a flock of chickens and a goose. Did you end up getting chickens already, or are you still like in the process of slowly like integrating those into your farm? I'm still waiting. I think that's a good idea. It takes so long, I feel like, now that I have like this kind of rural property as well, it takes so long to get things set up, like gardening, like permaculture if you're going to plant trees or anything like that, which I think is a little bit like too advanced for me even. But it takes a while to set that kind of stuff up. Mainly because after we took down our barn, I'm kind of hesitant to get a coop set up without a barn because a larger structure is just easier to handle things like quarantine, keeping food and stuff. Absolutely. Did you have to knock down your barn because it was too old? Was that it? Let's do this. We'll drop the red. I think I'm gonna drop south and west as well. Yeah, the foundation was cracked and couldn't be saved, sadly. Oh, that's too bad. That's hard. The walls are completely bowed and just not safe to be in. Yeah. I mean, you know, a lot of old barns are not structurally sound in general. And, you know, maybe it's good as you wait and if you end up building another barn. I've been getting a lot of, I don't know if it's because of the YouTube algorithm sense of like what I like to watch. You know, I'm like 7 steps removed from watching like trad wife material. I'm not into that culture, by the way. But like I do like homesteading stuff. Like I'm watching videos about gardening and raising animals and like that kind of thing. I feel it. Yeah. But I've been getting a lot of YouTube short recommendations for people like reviewing or talking about having barns on their properties built by the Amish. So apparently like there's all these, you know, not old school, but these like Amish building methods that offer a lot more a lot more environmental efficacy for like, you know, heat retention and things like that. I sometimes get the weird trad wife video once in a while and I'm like, ew, no. Chickens, yes. Lady who's stuck at home forever watching 4 million kids, no thanks. Yeah, I don't like kids. So I don't want content about them or to know what other people do with their kids. Like, I just don't care. But I do find it really interesting if someone has like a really good recipe for some like stuff. Because sometimes I just don't have an idea what I'm supposed to be doing with all the mustard greens that I grew. Like, I just don't know. Sometimes they get a little bit better. Ooh, nice. We got this. We got this. Sometimes you just have too much abundance. Yeah. It's surprising. Like, you know, a couple of plants, sometimes a couple plants give you diddly squat, but sometimes like a couple of plants like overload you with so much food. And then you're just like, I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat like 50 zucchinis. It turns out I don't like squash as much as I thought I did. You know, it's always zucchini and squash. It's like the summer squashes just like become too much. They just become way too much. And then you're like, I'm never growing zucchini for that reason. Yeah. Yeah, because then you're just like, what am I going to do with these giant zucchinis? They pop up all everywhere. They last for like most of the summer. And then you're just like, I don't know. I used to give them to my elderly neighbor. Yeah, people start leaving them on your porch anonymously. Yeah, because they're just like, ooh, get rid of this squash. The yearly zucchini giveaway, yeah. Hi, Glitch. That's what they ate during the Great Depression for that exact reason. Yeah, a lot of squash casseroles, I imagine. I mean, I like squash now and again, but it's just so much. It's just too much. Until the day he died, he refused to take. Until the day he died, he refused to take another bite. Yeah, I think that's gonna be like this coming year. I'm gonna try and do better with gardening because I kind of like got too lazy after a while. Your grandfather? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, my parents, I've got that important detail. My parents, like they grew up in China And when they were growing up, they ate a lot of sweet potatoes. And when I grew up, my family was like, my parents were like firmly anti sweet potato. They were like, no, a sweet potato shall not cross the threshold of this house. This family is eating 0 sweet potatoes ever. That was the decree from on top. So I like to take this year off, so I'm excited to grow again next year. Yeah, I think it's not bad to take years off. You got to let the ground rest too, you know. It does better if you let it have a break from production and just like redevelop its biome. I don't know why I threw away that 2-3 because I was just thinking like I probably needed to make good use of it in some way, but I'm kind of hoping for an IPK with 56677. Or this is fine too. This is adequate. This is also good. Yeah, I think I need to rotate my beds anyway. My nightshades are nightshading. Yeah. Potatoes are like that too. Tons of calories and grow in super low quality farmland in a pinch. Yeah. I like a good new potato. They are so tasty. Like a potato you grow yourself has like a really nice flavor. And they're so nutritious. I don't know. Okay, this was a really good hand, it turned out. Look at this. It's an Ura, too. We got a Baimon out of it. Okay. Okay. Nice. Okay, let me just go ahead and drop south and east here. Mm-hmm. 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 I love... Oh, I'm winning here. I really want to... I hope in this stream we can push into Expert 2 again. I dropped from Expert 3 back to Expert 2, back to Expert 1. I just had some really bad games. But hopefully we can reverse the trajectory that we were on. And just, like, I don't know, push it back to normal. The usual, like, Expert 3 to Master 1 dance that I pull. My husband's family has this legendary story of how they grew these massive sweet potatoes one year. Like the size of human infants, and they were totally baffled until they found out why there was a septic leak, which explained why suddenly the soil had lots of added nutrients. Yeah, it's funny how that works out. I'm sure that sweet potatoes were like super excited, and I'm sure the people were like, oh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, long after the sweet potatoes had been harvested and eaten, they were like, ooh. It's probably fine because like the chemicals and bacteria that they put in septic tanks to break down stuff usually like do a pretty good job of breaking things down and making it like less concerning. Though still, I think people would be right to be worried a little bit, you know. Slightly less concerning, but, you know, still could give you hookworms, you know. One of those kind of situations. Okay. Let's drop the 3P here. Human waste is definitely just not recommended for growing veggies, but at least that was a fairly innocuous situation, yeah. Definitely so. Human waste is very bad. I think it's worse on like leafy greens. Yeah, I think there's this like I think is it an autobiography or a memoir titled Wild Swans, and in it like a girl's younger brother passes away because he eats strawberries that were fertilized with human waste. And that has stuck with me as, you know, like a valuable lesson. I don't know why I needed to share that with you all, but, you know. The thought that counts. Sharing is caring, I guess. I'm glad you shared it. Yeah. We're chilling. Yeah, we're chilling. We're big chilling today. So anyway, I'm gonna do my best. I have to call the riding instructor who owns this barn. I'm gonna call her maybe tomorrow. My I feel weird because when I started streaming, I like referred to my husband as like the entity because he's very much like a mysterious entity that just appears and just like says things. But also like I never know. I feel like sometimes it's weird to be an anime girl on the internet and also have a real life too. But I have a sister-in-law. My sister-in-law is going to be celebrating her birthday soon, but she like can't do anything with a lot of the family. So I was going to take her out to lunch, and that's what I want to do tomorrow. I want to call the horse lady and go have lunch with my sister-in-law and gossip about family stuff. That's what I want to do tomorrow. That's what I'm planning. Sounds like a lovely day, yeah. I think we're gonna go to a hipster lunch place. And see what happens. I do not have a lot in common with my sister-in-law. She is mostly a very lovely person. But I was thinking about that. I was thinking about like the fact that I don't know. I feel very I started feeling very self-conscious recently because I've been making more reference to the fact that a husband exists. But I just started getting these like weirder messages from randos on the internet. And I was just like, let's be clear. As cute as I am as an anime girl, thanks to my model artist and like the people who made my model, like we don't have that kind of relationship, internet people and myself. Like I have a life. I've lived a full life. Mentioning the husband does a lot to remove the weirdest ones from chat, TBH. Yeah, I mean, like if you feel disappointed about it, please do leave. Like I don't know why you would. I'm just your goofy little friend. I'm your goofy internet snake friend, but like I need people to be less weird. Because again, I'm older than a lot of people who I don't feel like friendly internet snake only. Yeah. Friend only. But I was just thinking like it's kind of interesting to me. A lot of people who stream are in their 20s and I'm in my 30s and I'm like deep in my 30s. And I don't know, but maybe I've just been able to be friends with people longer, or like have more varied experiences in like different human relationships. But it's just like people online gotta like chill the fuck out, like you don't know who's there, you don't know anything about them, you just gotta relax. People on the internet are not always going to be people you meet in real life, and you shouldn't count on it either. Nothing makes you feel more like an ancient crypt keeper than streaming realizing that a lot of the folks around you use. Yeah, absolutely. Glitch. I don't want to watch Richie Majin if there's no chance of romance the 2D woman playing the game. Weirdos probably. I know. It's just like, it's like, dude, chill the fuck out. I used to have a weird corporate job. I had a whole career before this. I'm just doing, I'm like, I don't know. And I guess in Chinese we call it like tanping. I'm just like chilling the fuck out. I'm early retiring in my 30s now, essentially. I can't take this corporate rat race anymore. I can't take most interactions with people anymore. I just want to play video games. How can I enjoy the tales if the player had a husband? I don't know. I don't know. And I didn't. Yeah, and he's a normal guy mostly. So I'm sure he doesn't want to be inundated with stuff about internet anime people. I think part of the problem is that streaming appeals to a lot of lonely folks. So I think sometimes they grasp onto every crumb of human contact, which I'm like glad they're getting some connection, but also real life support networks are important. Yeah. But, and I can understand like loneliness and wanting to share hobbies with people and getting out there, but I sometimes I'm just like, like I can see people's. Well, we used to be able to see people's Twitter likes. But I can see people's Twitter responses or like, social media responses to other people. And it's just like the amount. people aren't gonna how can I state this? We need to start hanging out with people in our more immediate vicinity, as Raz kind of put it, more often. I think it's pretty healthy to do that, to see people in real life, you know. And maybe, you know, just work. I don't know. I mean, if you don't have people in your life who you can celebrate things with, which is sometimes true. I have that situation sometimes, because, you know, the things that I want to celebrate are kind of niche. Like, you know, it's nice to have an online community to celebrate with, but it can get a little bit weird sometimes. And sometimes I have recently been like, please don't message me. I'm too old to receive this kind of message from any other human. It's so cringe. It's making me feel bad for you, like really bad. So don't do that, please. So, you know, I honestly, these days I feel pretty comfortable telling people, like, that's a really awkward thing to say. Please don't say that. Please don't say that. I think there's a line of how weird you can be around your intimate friends who actually know you and like strangers on the internet. Yeah, I think, you know, like in our day and age, we could all like say less, you know, we could all just say less. And that's actually like a life lesson that we could all take up. Just say less. Be more mysterious. Be more aloof. Show less of yourself to other people. 10,000%, yeah. Come off as more mysterious. Be a little bit more removed. I assure you that's the tact that you should pursue. Everyone loves a mysterious character. Exactly. And you can be like the walking embodiment of that meme where like no one knows that I'm, you know, X at a party or something. I'm just gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this. And I don't know why I went with this Itsu, but I'm doing it. Though I have that debuff in real life where I have a face where people just tell me secrets even though I'm not their friend. Damn, Raz, that's actually... I have the same issue. People are constantly telling me their secrets, their personal information. You know, like their weird, like, intimate details about their life I don't want to know. I have no interest in knowing as well. I just have like a very friendly and also like stone cold face. It's kind of a curse because once you know, you can't once you know, you can't unknow. And it's like, I would never tell anyone else like what someone reveals to me. That's, you know, it's none of my business. Those are not my secrets to tell. But now I'm carrying the burden of all this knowledge about all these different people that I never wanted to know anything about. I just know too much, you know? Oh, my husband hears all the secrets. That's good. I'm glad. It's good to have someone to release that to. I'm like, baby, you'll never guess what they told me today. Question, Raz, since you've brought this forward, some seconds. What do people call their like significant others, their partners in life? You just use the term babe, which I don't use. I think I use really like old. I'm like honey. Honey. But I use babe, but honestly, most of the time I call him bear. That's a good one. Bear is cute, which is a goofy inside joke thing. Aw. Is it because he has a big grizzly beard? Is that it? Is that the reason? Do this. We're gonna try and expand the realm of possibilities for what our pair could be for this hand. Sometimes I use sweetie, but I also use sweetie with people I don't like and children. Yeah. And he often calls me Pisk, which is short for piston. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Piston being kitten in Gaelic. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. That's a cute pet name. A cute pet name. which is us being a big bear, me a small cryptid kitten. Perfect, perfect. Perfect, perfect. That's really cute. I love that for you. That's super, super, super cute. Yeah, because I'm like... but yeah, I'm trying to remember if I call people things I hate. Yeah, I usually... When I'm... when I used to like do a lot of mentoring with like young 20-somethings out of college, probably dollar something I use if I loathe the person. Yeah. And I used to do a lot of mentorship for like interns and like people joining like my company just straight out of college. I used to call them little ducks. I'd be like, little duck, come over here, do this thing. Look at me how I do this. Now you do it. Oh, darling, intense juncture is about to ensue. Is that like a regional thing too? I don't know. I feel like darling is... It sounds very southern. Yeah, that's a perfect way to refer to youths. Let me drop the 9M. So it feels condescending. Yeah. That sounds like really posh, I guess. So it feels condescending. It does seem a little bit bougie. No? Okay, let me drop this 3S. Yeah, I know I'm just like rattling on. I have nothing productive to say about Mahjong today. Oh, also we use bean as a suffix in our family. Aw. Aw. So we've got bear bean, pisk bean, pick bean, and Don bean. Wow. Who's Don bean? Drop Udon is Don bean. Oh, my snake, lol. That's a great snake name. Someone didn't know that you had a snake. Is that weird? I feel like I should have known. Maybe that's why we're good internet friends. What kind of snake is Udon? We don't talk about her much because she doesn't like people except my husband. What kind of snake is she? She's a ball python? Oh, yeah. Yeah, ball pythons like to be mysterious and small and not, you know, kind of chilled out. Okay, we continue onward. Abyss, hello. Big braid. She's a purple passion ball python, so she's kind of a lavender gray color. I know the snake lingo very well. There was a period of time when I was watching a lot of reptile videos as an adult human being on the internet, on YouTube. It's wild how there's these like very niche communities online that just like propel you into a new kind of world of different, you know, colorways for animals and stuff like that. But reptile YouTube was a big thing for me a couple years ago. I mean, she's a good bean, but we got her a bit older and didn't socialize her properly as we could have. Reptile YouTube is a place. It is definitely a big place. It is a big place. It has big personalities. It has big personalities, as big dramas. And, you know, like people with very productive careers centered all around, you know, reptile collecting. I like Snake Discovery when I watch reptile YouTube. Yeah, Snake Discovery. That's that's the blonde woman who I think she ended up starting a reptile zoo, right? Like she eventually like got enough funding for her and her husband to start a reptile zoo in addition to do doing stuff out of their house. And her husband who do like reptile education. Yeah, I think like in their area they're pretty well known for going to the local TV stations and doing like informative shows about, like informative spots about reptiles. Yes, they have a zoo and like physical pet store. They're in Minnesota, I think. I think so. Yeah, I think so. They're somewhere cold. I remember one episode I watched where she like went to a local she went to like a local pond near where she lived that was full of these giant goldfish because people like dump their goldfish into the wild. And if you give a caught goldfish, oh my God, yes, yeah. And that because that one has stayed with me a lot. Yeah, because if you leave, like goldfish can grow to be an immense size if the size of their enclosures or their environment is sufficiently large. And so like she was showing this amazing footage that she'd taken as she was explaining like what she was doing catching these goldfish. Like people, get rid of their goldfish by returning them to the wild, to a pond. And then the goldfish like grow and breed and become these giant goldfish. And you see these striking goldfish schools in the pond, like the ripples of the like spotted goldfish and like bright orange goldfish. That was a really interesting episode. It's really interesting, Raz. I feel like we've shared a lot of like very similar content consumption on the internet. They also like ruin a lot of ecosystems because they eat a ton, I think. Yeah, and their poop is like disgusting. I think it's like full of different parasites and diseases that like ruin native species like environments as well. We literally are like twin separated birth. Lol, our media consumption is nearly identical. I know. I wonder, Raz, what gardening YouTubers you watch. I really like there's a woman who lives in England. I think she lives in Nottingham. And she has like a little like plot where she gardens. I haven't watched her in a while, which is why I'm talking about her so awkwardly. I feel like if I was a little bit more on it, I would be more precise with my language. But I think her name, she's like homegrown something. I forgot. Homegrown something. And I she talks about like, having a little like communal plot of land and learning how to garden and planting like tons of things. I used to watch more of the homesteaders, but a lot got really weird and went off the deep end politically. Yep. Yes, they did. Or like they started to reveal more about their private lives instead of like doing educational things. And like the more you learn about someone's like private proclivities, you're just like, I was just here for the gardening. Yeah. That's probably it. Yeah. Yeah, because because I think like at first they were just talking about rotation of crops. Yeah. At first they were talking about rotation of crops and like basic permaculture ideas. And then they're like, but God in school. And I was like, okay, never mind. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, people discussing how they want to raise their kids, I guess. I just don't care. I'm here for the garden. I want to know the part where you tell me all the different tomatoes you grow. What are the best tomato varieties to grow? That's what I care about. Like, I enjoy Roots and Refuge a while ago. Yeah, I did too. I think she's getting back to it. I think, like, for a while, Roots... But I think her stuff started to get a bit strange. I mean, I think she's always been someone who's, like, very religious, which... I don't think comes off like as in your face or direct at times, but I think the thing that for me made it difficult to watch Roots and Refuge after a while was like it started becoming harder to relate to what she was doing because she started growing her farm so large. Yeah, I feel like when she moved to that larger plot, maybe the religious stuff came out more. It did, but it's interesting, Raz. If you watch some of her videos now, she's actually cutting back and, going back down to like less of trying to put forward this idea that she's building a garden, a community for the community and going back to like much smaller, manageable stakes for just her family, and she's been very honest about talking about it. That is interesting. Yeah. Yeah. I think like I think for a lot of people, because you know, when you make your passion your content, your job, it does make you weird. I say that as someone for whom that has happened. You know, like I made my passion into my career, and it made me super weird and very um disengaged from the way a lot of other people lived, you know. So that's just something. Maybe I'll tune back in. Yeah, you can. I think she's gone to much more like manageable small things, and she's pretty reflective about that experience as well. She's pretty reflective about that experience as well. Which I think is like fairly interesting. Let me drop the 8Ms here, I think. This one is less gardening voice, but I really liked Farmhouse Vernacular a while back. They were restoring an early 20th century farmhouse. They were big history buffs and also wanted to farm on the land. I forgot where I ended off with them, but it was cool to see how the home renovations and how they laid out their stuff. I haven't heard of that one. Maybe I'll look into it. Farmhouse Vernacular. I think for a while I was watching Goldshaw Farms. You know, he's a gentleman who used to work in DC, and then he started a duck farm actually in Vermont. I was watching that for a while. And then I really like the people who spun off of Epic Gardening. So Epic Gardening was a blog for a duck farm sounds like a journey. Well, yeah, I think he's slowly come off the duck farming part, because again, as we've kind of like talked about, it's hard. It's not necessarily economical. People don't really buy duck eggs in large quantities. They do like to buy ducks as like heritage breeds to keep and kind of like pets, but you know, you need a lot of stuff for ducks and geese. Sorry, I'm like so stuffy. I was gonna say something else, but I completely forgot what I was gonna say. I completely forgot. Another one I watched a good bit was Homesteading Family, mainly for like recipes and gardening tips. Again, the vibes are kind of weird. They're a religious family in Idaho. Yeah, I mean, I don't think. I think the thing that always worries me is when I just see like someone like putting their kids online. I don't know. It doesn't always seem correct to me to do that. And then like their families are apart. Yeah, luckily they didn't tend to show the kids at first, at least. Yeah, it worries me sometimes because, you know, I think one of the things that is most stressful is the idea of thousands of people looking at you, which is funny because I kind of wish thousands of people watch me stream Mahjong, but you know, that's kind of a goofy wish. Oh yeah, family channels are horrific, but I don't think people are really meant to be viewed by mainly because like children can't consent and all that. Yeah, I just don't think people are really meant to be perceived that much by others. So I don't know. It's worrying sometimes because I know that it's hard to be kind of a public presence. It's hard to be like under scrutiny, and it's not a good experience and does a lot of bad for most people's mental health. You're meant to be perceived sometimes and by select people, really. Exactly. Not by tons and tons of people. Not by tons and tons of people, and it's pretty disconcerting. Did you ever watch Weed'em and Reap? I didn't. What is Weed'em and Reap about? They were interesting for doing small scale homesteading in Arizona. I feel like Arizona and Nevada, those are like hard areas to do homesteading in because it's so dry. And the soil is quite different. Like in a suburban area, they had goats, fruit trees, and they built a fish pond. Wow. That's really impressive. Ah! Sorry, I've got hiccups. But yeah, the irrigation situation was pretty well. I can just imagine. Like if you watch a lot of, sorry, I just realized I dealt into this guy. There we go. I was just gonna say, I think like a lot of people who are into sustainable living, which is like another genre of YouTube content that I consume. You know, like they obsess over the capture of water and that kind of thing, and it to like my mind, like maybe I've consumed too much of this content because I get overly concerned about like, I don't know, how well insulated people's homes are. My home, by the way, is not very well insulated, but also I do not have the funds to like insulate it properly. I just don't have that cash on hand. I just live in an old house. That's the main thing. It's not too bad, but like it could be better. It costs a lot to insulate a home well, yeah. Like to do it properly, it really is like you have to know, you have to have people who know what they're doing, and you have to care a lot. Which sometimes I don't have the energy to care. Admittedly. Oof. Let me just drop this 9S. I think we could probably do a 456 SSK. I'm feeling a little bit self-conscious because I've just been like blathering on about like life stuff. And like things I'm self-conscious about. Instead of like the Jean, the wonderful world of Mahjong. But you know, oh fuck. Sorry. We dealt in again. But it is what it is, you know. I feel like yapping today, I have to say. I'm not juicing it so much as yapping it. But yeah, a lot of people who I watch, I would usually start because I like their gardening tips, and then they start vlogging their life, which would be fine, and then inevitably they turn into some kind of preaching about their prepper doctrine or whatever, and I'd be like, alrighty, time to head out. Yep. That's... Well, I just feel like, you know, maybe we don't need manifestos about why we do things. You can just show us what you did, and that's fine. That's fine. And if we wanted to know the why, you could say that in somewhere else, like a book that people could pay to read. Let me drop this. Yeah, like, just tell me about your tomatoes. I don't need to know that you're scared that the second coming is going to happen in your lifetime. Like, now I can't unknow that. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, do you ever think, like, if you knew that the end of the world was going to happen, like, I don't think I would prepare anything. I don't know. Am I just being lazy? Like, if I knew that the world, if I thought the world was, like, if I seriously believed that the world was going to end, I would not be, like, preparing anything. I would not be prepping anything. The world's gonna end. What am I preparing for? I would just be doing things that I enjoy in the time that I have. I'd probably have like, quit all my work and just, you know, like, you know, spent my time playing, like, a million video games while electricity existed and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel like if the world's ending, like, okay. And also, it's the religious end of the world where the believers get sent to some cool afterlife and the rest of us sinners will just be stuck here or whatever. I'm chilling. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just... Forever's a long time, I guess, to imagine, conceptualize, but, cool, whatever. Just hang out. Like, what am I gonna do? Petition God at the gate for an invite? No, I'll be at my house. Yeah. Well, did you ever watch the HBO series The Leftovers, there's a cold open for one of the episodes that features this like 18th/19th. No, I haven't. The Leftovers is really good, by the way. The Leftovers is an amazing television show. I feel like The Leftovers, Station 11, if you haven't seen HBO Station 11, like fantastic shows. But like one of the cold opens is like, you know, they're showing like the experience of a religious community during like Wesleyan enthusiasm, the Wesleyan enthusiasm movement, I think. And like they just show like everyone preparing to be like carried off and raptured up in the night, like everyone like selling all their worldly belongings and like getting on their roof. And like these families of this religious community do it like two, 3, 4 times. They keep doing it, and like they keep just like nothing's happening, and like, you know, soon like fewer and fewer families get ripped apart because some people still are believers and some people are just like, we can't keep embarrassing ourselves on this roof every night. But it's all done like almost wordlessly, just through the power of cinematic gaze. And it's quite intriguing. It's quite interesting to watch. I don't know. I like The Leftovers. Can't keep embarrassing ourselves on our roof night after night real though. Yeah. Yeah. A very real thought in this world. I'd be the person the next house over being like, there they go again. You know what? You'd be like looking through your curtains out the window and you'd be like, they're doing it again. They're on their roofs. They're wearing their funky, interesting nightgowns. They're trying to get raptured again. Babe, look, it's happening. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh man, I'm gonna drop these norths. I'm gonna drop them so hard. Honestly, if someone told me I'm getting raptured tonight, I'd be like, oh my god, let me help you pack, fam. Yeah, I mean, that would be the nice thing to do. Is help them prepare, you know? Help them wrap up all their stuff and put it up or whatever. What do you not need? I will take it. Oh, you know what I miss so much? I used to live in this neighborhood that was not that... It had a high amount of turnover, which is to say, like, lots of families would move in and move out quite quickly because, like, it was a weird neighborhood that was, like, half safe, half really not safe because there was, like, a methamphetamine, like, drug dealing presence in the neighborhood, you know, which is just what happens sometimes when you live out there in a city. And, or, like, a small city. And so, like, it'd be like that sometimes, exactly. And, like, a lot of people were just moving out all the time. And I miss just, like, nosily going over to someone's yard sale and be like, what do you not need? Like, what do you have? You have a salad spinner? For $1? I'll take that. Yeah. So much free stuff. Or you show up, the day after they moved and they've like left all the stuff that they couldn't like take with them on the curb, and you just take that stuff. It's like, now I have 3 more lamps for my living room, you know? It's perfect. It's a perfect world. Oh my gosh. And what's better than that, if you ever live in an American college town, whenever college students move out, good Lord, whenever college students move out, especially in like major cities where there's tons of colleges or universities, colleges throw everything away. Yeah. And if you really, I honestly, for a long time, I thought of this business idea, which is to say, like, live in Boston and on what they call Alston Christmas, which is when the leases go up for college student apartments and when they have to move out of their dorms and stuff. You just get a big truck, like a big U-Haul, go around, collect all the stuff college students leave behind and resell it to the next batch of college students. You'd make so much bank. You would just be selling futon couches. You'd be selling like 1 million mini fridges that people, for some reason needed to have in their rooms. You would be making so much money. So much money. I know. TVs that they bought for their apartment, their first apartment alone, It could be making bank. I hope everyone's writing down this business idea. I'm giving away free money ideas today. That's what you can get at this. That's what you get in this stream. Free ideas to profit off of the consumerism of the youth. Okay. You could be knee deep in riches right now if you followed my very sound advice. I'm gonna drop the 9p's here. I kind of want to split this, and I regret throwing away this 4M now because I could stream free business ideas. Absolutely. I'm just saying, these business ideas that I'm coming up with for the community, for the Mahjong community, this is how we fund getting ourselves auto tables. This is how we fund getting ourselves auto tables. Every one of us. Everyone an auto table apiece. Drop the green. Ooh, girl. I'm gonna drop these ones. Then it's gonna work out for me, I swear. We're doing a Tanya shift here so that I can possibly have a better experience. I think we might use the 3Ms as the pair for this hand, and I might pun these 3S, which are also Dora. See, so we have like a lot of Dora tiles on deck, and I'm trying to do like a Tanya shift. We'll see if it works out. Gonna be honest, probably won't work out. But it's the thought that counts. There we go. We're just gonna Dama this. This is no Yaku, by the way. Oh, is this better? Okay, YOLO. YOLO? Yes, that passes YOLO. Okay. 6-9S, wait, kind of really good because there's a 9. Yeah, there's a 9S in someone's discards, and it's just, I was gambling on this, which is, it's funny because nothing will come of it. I don't think I'm gonna crawl myself into third with this. Am I? Do I crawl into third with this? I do. Somehow I crawl into third with that. And we get to repeat. Maybe I'll be able to crawl into second. We'll see. I'll probably drop this west. But that was a surprisingly good hand. Since I'm dealer, let's try and go for a fast hand. And then we'll see if I can just like steal second from the person who's in second right now. They're probably thinking about going fast too. So, be good for me if I just kind of like pushed it a little bit. Like this, take some puns. Definitely take some puns here, like a 6M, 7P, 6S. Pun those, just pun those. I could have eaten that 6P if I was allowed to have it. From 0 to hero. Risha Kaiho, yes. From 0 to hero. I mean, like that's my Mahjong experience. Usually we start from the bottom, and then like the next thing I know, like we are way too far for my it's not necessarily skill level, but my risk level. Like we've far surpassed like what one would expect of someone this unself-conscious about their discards. Jeez, I'm just getting like stuffier and stuffier over time. Oh, also, in exciting news, you know how I can't eat anything because I'm a literal snake and my body like digests food very slowly? I have to take another test where I eat a radioactive egg and they try and see how quickly it goes through my body to determine if I'm like super sick or not. So I don't know, sometime next week I get to do a really fun radioactive breakfast sandwich test. It sounds stressful. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. And like a radioactive isotope inside an egg mix. It tastes disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, it tastes bad. But the test itself is not bad. You just have to sit around for a long time. But basically, like, I'm trying one last ditch effort to fix like certain aspects of my health that have gotten really bad over the years. So, you know, if it works out, maybe one day I'll be able to not have to obsess over how big and or small a meal is. Because if I eat a meal that's either slightly too big or slightly too small at the wrong time, I will run out of energy to digest it and I will need to go lie down and sleep for 10 hours. I mean, that'd be good. Yeah, like if I could just like fix my body. Oh, there we go. So we locked third. Not bad. That wasn't bad. I mean, like we came from the bottom. We came from like 2k points to 22k points, which I honestly think is a triumph of the will. Old people problems? Yeah. Hey, Beef. It's true. I feel like as you get older, you just obsess over like your stomach and your poops more. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Like as you get older, like you just obsess over your like the state of your stomach and your poops more. And like your eyes start fucking up in weird ways. I don't know. Suddenly, like different organs that you never cared about before in your entire life, you know, start to malfunction and shut down. That's just what getting older is. Like, you know, I give my thyroid, like, I don't know. I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to give my thyroid 5 more years until it starts just completely self-destructing. Suddenly your body starts acting fallible. Like, how dare it? I know. How dare you fall apart when I need you the most? That's okay, though. You know, like... I think, like, watching your body succumb to entropy is kind of funny. It's funny. Watching anything succumb to entropy, kind of funny though, if you think about it. If you really think about it, kind of funny. Like hee hee ha ha. Sometimes all you can do is laugh, yeah. Like, oh dang, they got me again. Yep. Yep, the carpal tunnel got me again. I'm gonna have to go to physical therapy. Oh boy. This time's culprit cheese. Oh my god. I wish I could go back in time and enjoy cheese more. Have you ever had that thought? I have, all the time. I think my lactose intolerance was like, you know, less severe when I was in my early 20s. I used to live near a cheese shop and I would go in there and buy the shit out of that cheese and eat the shit out of that cheese. I was eating camemberts like nobody's business. French soft cheeses. I was enjoying myself. I was living life. Now I have a cheese and I'm knocked out for several hours, groaning. I'm in pain. I'm on the ground. Things are going wrong. You know, like I might die from a poop. You know, it's like one of those situations. Yeah, now look at me. I wish I had a time machine. I wish I had a time machine so I could travel back in time to my early 20s when I was buying jeans for like less than $10 and eating camembert cheeses and just like shake myself and be like, this is the best time for you. You can have a flan and you're gonna be okay later in the day. Oh dang, the inexorable entropic nature of the universe got me again, and now all I can do is sit around and watch as my form unravels the knowledge that eventually so too will the universe unravel itself into the heat death of the universe. Yeah. Yep. That's what it's all about. And then you do the hokey pokey and you turn yourself around. And that's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. What else would I use a time machine to go back in time for? Not a lot. I think like traveling back in time, it's a sometimes thing, not an always thing. I definitely go back and tell myself to enjoy the cheese more. Though even then, I kind of knew, like I had it too good, you know? Do you ever have those moments in your life where you know, maybe this is just a thing. So let me just preface this by saying, until recently, I was not a person that lived in the present. I was a person that obsessed over the future and had extreme anxiety about the past. And there were only a few moments in my life pre-30s where I had the sense that like I was living in the present. Your 30s is really about hitting the low, going out to a nice dinner, getting sick on the way home, and having to poop in the woods with full knowledge of the whole experience. At least as a child, you're not cognizant of that rough spots. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is a little bit too real. It's very real. It's very real. Yeah, that, you know, like just in your 30s, you just get IBS and your life is ruined. You know, it's just your bowels are just your worst enemy. I know I won't be able to drink as much as I do in the future, but that's probably for the best. Lamau. Well, sorry for the too real vibes. No, it's very relatable. It's a little bit. It's very relatable. It's very relatable. We've all been there. We've all been there. We've all been there. We've all had to poop in the woods. It's been weird. I don't know. Like, unless you're hiking and you're used to pooping frequently in the woods. I knew someone who just could never poop in the woods. And they would go on these, like, multi-day hikes and just not poop for, like, 4 days. Hikers might just be built different. I know. It's weird pooping in the woods. Like, you have to dig a hole with, like, a stick. Oh, that's not good. I know. And they would, like, some... Do you have... when I don't know if you all go hiking, if that's a thing that you enjoy, but if you do enjoy hiking or you have been forced to hike in the past, what's the food that you bring? Because I feel like the food that people bring is all meant to prevent you from pooping, from rags to riches. Yeah, from riches to rags. Yeah, I mean, like you know, like I knew someone who would just always bring like gummy bears, summer sausage, like, you know, like cooked meat that could not go bad in the heat, and gummy bears, which I think just was like a blockage in your intestines. One of my go-to hiking foods was always like a loaf of bread and a jar of peanut butter, and you get to the top of wherever you want to go in your hike, and then you just like use the bread to scoop the peanut butter out of the jar, and you just eat deconstructed peanut butter and jelly peanut butter sandwiches. Yeah, bread and peanut butter was usually my go-to. Yeah. I also used to eat just like trail mix, just like a giant entire bag of trail mix, and that would just stop everything up. Yeah, nuts and chocolate, exactly. Like a giant bag of trail mix, and that would just completely stop up everything in your body and prevent you from pooping as well. But, you know, then you wouldn't have to be scared about pooping in the woods, which, again, it is a little bit uncanny. What if the poop isn't good? Like, you know, it's going to be it's going to be an eventful / terrible experience. Gotta stop that. block it up. Block up your systems. Okay. These are the thoughts that have been going through my mind. Think about pooping in the woods. You could be like dude on Alone who ate too much bark and had to literally be medevaced out due to being so constipated. I remember that. Guys, if you haven't watched the television series Alone before, can I just say, this is another way that Raz and I are like secret twins. We like consume very similar media. The survival reality show Alone is so good. It's too good. You have not lived if you haven't watched Alone. Exactly. It's kind of like Survivor Man, in that people are dropped off in the wild and they just have to survive with what they have. And they can pick out the stuff, like they can pick out 10 items that they're going to have with them, but they have to survive alone as long as possible until they tap out. And it is so good. It is so good. You very quickly realize that military personnel and the police are not suited for survival in the wild. They usually get way too scared of bears. They see a little bit of bear poop. They see a lot of bear poop. Actually, to be fair, it's actually a lot of bear poop. They see a lot of bear poop, and then they realize that bears are very real and they will eat you. And they flip out and they leave, like day one. Like a lot of survival shows with the added torture of trying to outlast each other without being allowed to know who's left. Yeah. And there's far less production interference, I would say. It wouldn't, like, you know, like usually on a reality survival show, you get the sense that like some producer is like watching in a camera and like getting ready to save someone in case there's something bad happening, or they're like setting up a set so that you can have like an exciting experience on television. But in this case, it's like the people have to film themselves with equipment and they just get checked on once a week. Honestly, any person who before the show says I would wrestle a bear goes out immediately. Yeah. Bears are scary. They move weirdly fast for how bulky they are. They're way bigger than you expect them to be. They make like really scary sounds. Have you ever slept in the woods and you hear like wild animals in the woods? Like a raccoon at night when you're in a tent and you're trying to go to sleep sounds like the devil. Sleeping in the woods is scary anyway. Yeah. I once went hiking along part of the Appalachian Trail, and I was just having like a pleasant little day hike. It wasn't anything serious. I wasn't one of these people who was eating like the hot dogs that they leave in bins all along the trail. I was just going on a pleasant stroll for a couple of hours. And this heavily bearded man who looked like he hadn't seen another human being in days, he was covered in soot for some reason, like fast walks past me in the opposite direction that I'm walking. And as he passes me, he says, "Up ahead there, bears." And, you know, like it's at that point that you realize like, oh shit, things are way too real. The woods are scary. Nature is terrifying and disgusting. And we shouldn't go outside that much. And for some reason, scary noises are more terrifying than seeing anything. You know what I would not like to meet in the woods? A moose. Yeah, they're way too big. Though I have to say, again, you know, bringing us back to an earlier conversation about like horseback riding, I actually am slightly scared of horses to some degree because they're so big. I never realized how big horses were until like, I think literally like 2 years ago, I saw a horse like up close and personal. I've seen horses, but not like, you know, super close. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. Why is this guy so large? It's terrifying. If he stepped on my foot, he would break it. And he would probably not even notice. He would not notice. Horses can be big. Mm-hmm. Something you'll learn when you're riding is horses really do broadcast how they're feeling. Yeah. Do they have big attitudes about it? Do you think they're ever like, I can't believe you're getting on my back to ride me around? I can't believe you're doing this. So they'll usually give you a lot of warnings before they do something. Okay. That's good to know. I was an animal that had to like carry another animal on my back. Actually, I have been that animal. Have you ever carried like a young child on your back? Like you've been forced to like piggyback them because they got too tired at an event, and as the only adult near around, you have to ensure that this child like returns back to its parents or something. Insufferable. I think they're often incredulous that we're doing what we're doing. Incredulous and kind of long-suffering. I mean, I feel for them. Let's not reach you. Let's just Dama this and just like play it. Fuck! Never mind. I tried my best and it wasn't very good. Half outside hand. Luckily, the punishment is not that bad. I'm still within striking distance of third and second on these three. Oh fuck. Okay, I gotta blow my nose. Hold on a second. Help, I'm so sick. Help. But yeah, aside from getting sent by a bee or spooked by something, horses will usually tell you, hey, stop that, you're bothering me, before they bite or kick you or something. I don't want them to bite me. Because I watched this YouTube short recently of a horse that like bit a goat and then just carried the goat around in its mouth and ran away. It was terrifying. I felt bad for the goat. Oh my god. Yeah, it like bit it on the back and just like that is not normal. Yeah, it's not. It was terrifying. It was like one of those little tiny goats too, like the little pygmy goats. Okay, I'm gonna drop the 3S. Oh, you know what else is unnatural in the wild? And I'm gonna keep bringing it up because I think they're wrong. They should not exist. Cybertrucks. I had to go to Walmart today to buy my sister-in-law some sort of present and card because I had forgotten that it was her birthday later this next coming week. And when I was at the Walmart, I saw a Cybertruck. It looks so weird. It looks so weird in person. Cybertrucks are nature's way of telling us who the dregs of society are. I think it's a way for it. It's a sign that, you know, we've gone too far. They should not be. You look at one in the wild and you're like, am I in the Matrix? Did a child's drawing of a car like zoop right into reality? This looks horrible. Why would they do this? It looks weird. It looks way too weird. We've musked too far. But now I think, you know, we're in an era of car design where people are just going to make goofier and goofier looking cars. I used to think like there used to be, what was it, the Kia Sport? You know, like one of the Kias looked like a shoe. Do you know what I mean? Like they had like really big windows, looked kind of like a shoe. I think we're in a new era where cars, which should look cool and sick, are gonna look deeply stupid for a while. I think my favorite was that Cybertruck that was on Nantucket or something, and people just followed it around all over the island, documenting its misadventures. It gets stuck on the beach. Yeah, damn. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so talkative today, but I just have like so many thoughts about like what we should prepare for this next year. I want to make some predictions. Free the thoughts. I want to make some predictions about what I think is going to happen in the next year. And I think everyone should make some predictions about what's going to happen in the next year. One of my predictions is cars are going to look way stupider than you expected them to look. The designs for cars in 2025 are going to look stupider than they've ever looked before. Which is one. Two, don't mean to get political, but I think everything is going to become even more exorbitantly expensive than it is. And the thing that's going to happen is that we're going to have to boycott eggs again, or like, not buy eggs because they become too damn expensive. Another thing I think that's going to happen is that people are going to get into buying boats. They're going to start thinking we need to escape. Everyone's going to buy a boat. Predictions. Just predictions. And I don't know, maybe part of Florida will wash away in a storm. Rip Florida. I think those are my predictions. I want you to know I'm watching you on my phone with your VTuber right side up. Mixie, hello. I'm glad you get to see me right side up. Am I just as entertaining? Those are all good predictions. Yeah, part of Florida is going to be wiped away. Cars way stupider than ever before. What else did I say? Fuck, I already forgot. I have very bad short and long-term memory. I wanna blame it on like the brain rot of the internet that I've subjected myself to over the past couple of years, but honestly, I just think I'm getting too lazy to remember things. I'm gonna be real. I think it's like a laziness. I think I could really work on my memory. Like, if I just like built a mind palace and started placing like mnemonic devices everywhere for me to remember things, I think I could actually like maintain basic core memories of the day. I think a lot of marketing materials are going to become unintelligible because they're going to be AI generated, word salad everywhere. Yeah. And I've never Mixie's like trying to type on the phone, which is kind of hard actually. I can't type on phones. I can't like text and stuff. I fat finger like too much. When your fingers are just like little marshmallows and it's hard for you to type on a phone. I never had much of a memory, so the internet couldn't ruin me. See? You're perfect. You've always maintained the perfect stability of your early years. You haven't let them change you. Question mark, who is them? Question mark, question mark. Yeah, I think AI is just going to make things look cheaper and worse. I don't know. The shitification of most things is just going to continue on. Unstoppable. Oh my god, this white dragon. Ooh, one Han. My other hand is holding the cannoli I'm straining, so I'm doing this one-handed too. Eating cannoli? Jealous. Jealous. My neighbor brought me a whole bunch of these, like, I don't know if they're like Danish wedding cookies or something. They're like covered in powdered sugar. They're made with almonds. I'm just eating cookies. I think like most of my diet is cookies because I can't eat a lot of stuff. Cannabis oil. You're holding cannabis oil. Cookies are a balanced meal, in my opinion. I do think there will be a rise in homemade things again, akin to what happened during COVID. Yeah. Yep. I think so too. Back to agrarianism. Man. Oh my gosh. My work wife texted me like earlier. She's older than me. And she's like my best friend. We've been friends for over a decade. I've known her for a really long time, and she was just like, Yes, for Christmas, I'm getting my husband and myself some edibles. It's legal where they are. They're in Canada. It's legal where they are. Let me just preface that. And she's like, I think I'm just gonna start becoming an edibles person in the evenings. And I'm like, you go, girl. You do that. I think that's a good change for you. I need to agitate the strainer. Yeah. Okay. I see. Oh, fuck. What do I do here? Do one of these. Okay, and then these. I think this is the way. I'm an edibles girl thanks to my absurd natural tolerance. Dude! In the states where I do it legally, yes. I as well. I have an absurd natural tolerance as well. Allegedly. It's fine. It's fine. In the totally legal states where that is consumed, very, very high natural tolerance. Too high, maybe. No. I had half a gummy once, and I felt like it was having panic attacks underwater. I think with some people, like they are very strong. I would one day be like an old crone with a pipe, though. I'd like to be an old crone with a pipe, though. Pipe, yeah. I think that's a good way to be. Full witch, you know, just swamp witch. I don't advocate people do drugs, but let's say hypothetically you did do edibles. I find I become incredibly verbose and I just start saying everything on the top of my mind, just like I'm doing now, totally sober, except more unhinged, more words per minute. Very loquacious. And then the next thing you know, like do a lot more cooking. Everything's way funnier. And I travel more forward in time. It took 60 milligrams for me to feel anything my first time. That's crazy. I do too, and I never shut up to begin with. That's the way to be. That's the way to be. Nightblood. If you've ever taken edibles, I don't know if everyone has this experience, but I go through this experience that I call time traveling, where I time travel like 2 to 3 minutes into the future. You know, like I'll be walking, and then the next thing I know, I'll have reached my destination way sooner than I expected. As a VR chat dweller, edibles are the most important accessory. Really? I've never been on VR chat. I don't meet too many people in my life. That's pretty wild, though. Wouldn't you get like kind of claustrophobic though if you were like taking edibles and on VR chat at the same time? They crank Phantom Sense to 16 out of 10. Oh, let's see. That's interesting. Yeah, let's do this. I'm doing this because 4S is one of the tiles in the discard. Oh fuck me! I pushed con. Jesus. Okay. Okay, we could save this. We can save this. Hold on, we can save this. As long as it's not sativa, I'm good. Yeah. Fuck, okay, how can we're gonna save this. Just wait a second. We got this. It's gonna be a toy. The hand is gonna look different than we anticipated, but we can do this. We have the power and we have the will. Let's con this, see if this does anything helpful. Okay. I feel like we can actually make this work. We did. We made it work. We made it work. Tim Gunn, make it work! Make it work! Look at how many shiny towels we have here. Is this safe? This is safe. I just need a 6S. Hopefully we get it. Hopefully we get it. And if I feel like uncomfortable with the towel I'm throwing, I could always just toss the 1S's and just like let this go. Close but no cigar. Oh! Oop. Oop. I had such a scary hand for a second though. Toy, like 5 Dora. That could have been something. That could have been something there. But I had a feeling like just looking at other people's, what they were throwing down, I wouldn't have gotten that 6S. I just don't think that was gonna shake out as we had hoped. New ones take too much and pass out in VR. Only to wake up to all the pics in Discord of everyone partying with my VR corpse. Really? That's funny. I hope you're okay. Did you just like fall asleep, or did you like, was it scary? I hope it wasn't scary. Bum, bum. Drop the 2-up here. Drop 3P here. I think this is okay. Drop the north. Oh my goodness. I'm so freaking congested. Oh, I just realized so many of you in chat today are like fellow streamers. Have you seen the news that Stream Elements is like making their add-on more helpful when it comes to multi-streaming, so you don't need like a secondary mirroring site to get you to multi-stream. Like you can just do it in OBS. I think they're in beta for it. But I thought that was pretty interesting. I didn't get a chance to see fully like how they had structured it. That's interesting, yeah. I mean, like they did like a little bit of a press release on social media. I think like either on Twitter or Blue Sky, they showed like, or they claimed, I should say they didn't show, they claimed that you wouldn't need to log on separately through YouTube, for example, to simulcast YouTube and Twitch, but that you could just like you know, start your stream, fill in the info right on OBS as you would for a Twitch stream. So I thought that was pretty interesting. That might be one of my goals for next year, like try simulcasting. I don't know if they still even call it that. Just multi-streaming. So that I don't have to keep exporting my videos, like the quality of the video from Twitch to YouTube is never like really great. It's nice to not have to export, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer not to have to do like extra steps if it could just be something more straightforward. Drop this. That's good. I'm trying to start streaming with a friend again, and man, the tech setup is a pain. Whew. Yeah, it's... I mean, like, I think the learning curve to set things up is rather high, and I still don't have my setup where I want it. I cannot figure out how to resolve the issue because people keep asking me about it, where my voice cuts off if I get too loud when I scream, because people want to hear the scream. So I like keep trying to figure out like what filter audio setting is it that makes it possible so that you can hear the scream without it getting cut off, because it's like peaking the mic or something. But like, you know, like you have to set up audio. You have to set up like the video output. You have to set up like your Twitch key. And like the levels are never quite right. And you know, you have to figure out your scenes and all this stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot to start off with if you're starting fresh from nothing. There are a lot of things I've been meaning to do, and then I think about what it would take to do it and I give up. Yeah, exactly. But you know, like the nice thing is that I think most people actually enjoy, like, I don't know, I feel like people who are into live streams like enjoy janky streams. They enjoy like scuff. Because like the scuff is more real, you know? It's relatable. We're doing a very silly thing to get both of our 3D VTubers on one stream. What are you going to do to get your 3D VTubers on one stream? Sorry, I have like hiccups, so if you hear like some like hiccups in my voice, it's that. It's literally hiccups. I think the scuff is such a human thing that is kind of charming. It is kind of charming. It's funnier, you know? And that's more important. It's just being funny haha is more important than anything else, you know? Oh my freaking god, I cannot breathe right now. Okay, let's do this. I need like a 6 or an 8. Okay, let's do the 8S weight. Using stream together and chroma key shenanigans. Okay, Mixie, since you brought up stream together, and actually, Raz, have you used stream together before? And it does it just combine your chats and like people can see that you're like streaming together? I haven't. Raz, if you ever want to try stream together, like we don't need to stream the same thing, but if you just wanted to like chit chat while we both stream, I'd be down. Maybe we could play the same game. We could be farming. I'd be so down to try. Yeah, let's try it sometimes because I really like the idea of mixing chats together. That's kind of fun. It does nothing to the chats as far as I know. I thought that the chats ended up combined, right? Is that a different thing? Is that a third thing? What is stream together? How come I never understand what the stream together is? It used to be called stream teams or something. Maybe that's a new feature. Yeah, I don't know. I have never tried the features and I kind of want to. I am not good though at coordinating with other people. So Mixie, you and your friend are going to be doing 3D stuff. What is the chroma key stuff that you're going to be doing? Like chroma key, I was like, you're green screening yourselves together? Stream together is just to get one OBS feed on another. Okay. Okay. So like you'll have like windows of each other in the same stream. This is very interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on what you're doing there. I'm drop south. You know what, Raz? I'm gonna contact you outside of this stream. Also, no pressure, by the way. I know I brought it up on stream, but I don't want you to feel any pressure to do anything. I'll probably contact you later and be like, "What up?" No, I feel zero pressure. Yeah. I'm gonna stream with my VTuber with a background she can chroma key out and place on her layout. Oh, Cool, 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 cool. Cool, 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 cool. All right. Well, that sounds pretty cool. Collabs. That sounds like a good time. That sounds like a good time. I'm gonna drop the 3p. I'm trying to figure out if I need to take medication. Because, like, I'm getting to the point now in this part of the day where I cannot breathe. So I'm just like, do I need to do something? Do I need to do something about my inability to breathe properly? Get yourself some meds, girl. I know, I may need some. Unless you need space to space them out before bed. Usually I'm okay. My Abby has such a mess of colors on it. It might be hard to find one that works. Yes. Yes, Mixie, I know exactly what you're talking about. People who don't VTube don't know the pain that happens like when you try and get like your backgrounds to work well. I feel like isn't there like an in beta tool that allows you to like make the background invisible or visible, etc., without having to use chroma key color selections? Am I wrong about that? I don't know. This is again like the whole part of like streaming is complicated and very technical. Like the initial like setup part is just really long. For your own local OBS scene, yes. Oh yeah, that's right. Cause again, like you have to, if you're collaborating, it's harder. Hope it goes well. I hope it goes well. You can't send that over a stream. I'll lurk a bit to get pics of dinner, but thanks for all the chats tonight, Kios. Thank you, Raz, for hanging out. Thank you, Raz, for chit-chatting. I've just been a full-on chatty Cathy today. Really appreciate it. Ooh. Drop the white and the red here. Drop red. I have a case of the bad brains this week, so progress has been slow. Yeah, I feel you, man. I also have a bad case of bad brains this week. I don't know. Over the past couple years, like my brain fog has gotten worse. So I just like do stuff a lot slower. That's fine. No need for speed. Slow and steady. Let me toss this out, man. I really want to like... We should probably try and eat a 6 or a 9M and then like see if we can get a 4 or a 7S. Jeez. And I just realized I have the clown avatar going for me right now. This guy creeps me out so much. His laugh is so scary in game. Oof. Let's drop this. This... I mean, I can see a world where I pun like a 6M or a 7M and just like wait out the whatever. But this is also good. This is good. Nice. Okay. Let's see where we go with this. 4-7S weight. Not too bad. I just feel like it's not the best numbers. Like a better number would have been 5-8 weight or 2-5 or whatever. Or 7 isn't the worst though. Like 7S is technically a safe tile. So if someone tossed it, I would be in a good position. I should get back into the VR Mahjong Club meetups. It's a very fun way to play. There's VR Mahjong Club meetups? That's crazy. That's wild. I didn't know that existed. Are there a lot of people who play Mahjong on VR? Is there a way to play Mahjong like VR with tiles and stuff? blowing my mind here, Mixie. You're just absolutely blowing my mind. Let me drop the 1-2. Ooh. Ooh, that was scary. Drop the east. Yep, there's feature paired party with clans like Mahjong. So, wow. Maybe one day I'll go investigate the wild world of VR chat. I get too much motion sickness, though. I think that's one thing that kind of prevents me from going into the VR chat world. Also, buying more things. But it seems really cool. It seems really cool. I can't believe that there's like... But it's in VR, so when someone gets Yakuza, everyone in the place runs over to your table. Oh, really? Oh, that's cute. I like that so much. That's such a cute thing. Does it? I don't know. I guess I'll have to see. If Mixie, if you end up streaming this, I'll have to keep an eye out and see. Super fun, yeah? Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye out for you when you do this. Oh, where did my chat stream thing go? There we go. Let's Ricci this. We'll just Ricci this on this. This is not a good weight, but I'm just gonna do it. That's an idea. I'll have to ask what the club thinks about a stream, yeah. I've noticed that recently, some Mahjong clubs online are like as clubs pushing like a much bigger presence. Like Ricci, like the New York club, Ricci no Mi. Their YouTube content is popping up a lot more for me. And it's really good content. It's really cute. Whoever does the video editing is doing a really good job, I think. But I wonder if that's a thing. 'Cause then you like get to see their tournaments and stuff. It's kind of fun. Someone throw away a 6p. Help a sister out. My nose is so stuffed. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself briefly so I can blow my nose. Okay. We didn't get it, but Tenpai is still not bad. And we're within good striking distance. Everyone's under 30k. We're in East 3. It's my it's my dealership. It's a good position. What if I drop this 1S? Okay, let's see. What if we drop the 1-2 first? Yeah, I think we're dropping the 1-2, maybe the 9p. And the 3p? I'm gonna drop that. I think we drop east and maybe like I'm trying to figure out what the pair is gonna be. Possibly the 5s are the 5S are the pair or the 5M are the pair. But I think I'm probably gonna like transform this 5S. I'm gonna like split it into 2 sequences. Let's do this. Like either the 5S or the 5M could be the pair for the hand. I could also, there's no more 6S's though. So I'm kind of like thinking about this problem that I have, which is if there's kind of no more 6S's, so I can't rely on drawing a 6S. Do I want to just like confirm the 5S as the pair, assuming I don't draw a 3S? I don't know. Or like we could make the triplet of 5S's. Triplet of 5S's drop the 4S if we get a 6 or a 9M, have the 5Ms be the pair. We draw a 6 or a 9M, drop the 4S. This is a triplet of 5S's, and we wait out another 5 or an 8S. But there's only 2 8S's. There's 2 8S's in discard, so that means there's only 1 8S. There'll only be there's 0 8S's. What am I talking about? Okay, so that's not a good plan. What is this? Yeah, this is actually the best option. We just draw a 3S. And wait out a 6-9M. That's good. How much? Let's see. I just need like 108 more points to get back into Expert 2. Not too bad. So we just need to win first place, or like do 2 second place situations.
Long.
Nice. Okay, Borhan. Nice. And I stole first. Good. Let's try to wipe out left so we can take this fairly quickly. Drop south, north, white, green. Fuck. That north that I just drew could have been a pair option. But there's the 6S's can also be a pair option here. They're not ideal though. Like a 6S is a middle tile number and you kind of want to use it to like split it to 2 sequences, you know? 3P here. Hmm. 7M pickup is kind of nice. Drop 8S. Okay. Let's drop south here. Drop the 1P. I don't know why I'm dropping the 1P. That'll be a good idea. Dropping 1S here. I think we drop 1-3. Yeah, we drop 1-3. Safe tiles. This is the pair option here, the 3P. We're actually Ishan 10. We need a 7S and some patience. I need to draw the 7S. I can't eat this. Okay, maybe a 4S would be good. Drop the 8S, keep the 6S as the pair, like triplet of 3Ps. Boom. Someone's putting the 2S there. Yep. 3M is safe.
Come.
What is this? Look at this guy. Look at this freaking guy. Who does he think he is? You think he thinks he's better than me? You think this guy thinks he's better than me? Okay. 2M. Healer. Yep. Ooh, I should have dropped something else instead. Drop 2M. Ooh. And the fall off is swift. And painful. Back to 4th place. Woo. We had it all. We had it all and we fell. Actually, the emote game for the clown guy, kind of good. Look at that. What is this? He's miming a wall. Oh, I like that. I should have used the one where he's crying as he runs away. That one's actually really good. The one where the clown is like crying, running away. That's kind of cute. That's kind of funny. Dropping the AP. Dropping the 3S. Drop this 2P, drop this AP. Why? Okay, I think this kind of works out. I don't want to listen to this song. Bums me out. This song. Okay. Let's drop 9S's because they're safe tile and just see where we go with it. Okay. Drop green. Okay. Drop 2S, I think. Actually, let's just keep dropping the 9S. Let's just keep dropping that 9S. Okay, stretch. Ugh, fuck, my legs. Ugh, oh god, every bone in my body cracking. Bone's so brittle. I need to start taking calcium supplements. Frick. Okay, no longer fourth. That's good. Okay. Want to drop north, I think. Let's drop green first. Drop green, drop north. Even though this 1M is a door, I probably have to drop it. Like, the material here is not too bad. I might end on a weird Champagne weight with the 9Ms, 2Ps. But we'll see. This 9S is extraneous. Oh, hey, Hannah, how are you? It's good to see you. I hope you've been having a good week. So far, at least. I keep forgetting that it's not quite the end of the week yet. For me, for some reason, it feels a lot like a Thursday, Friday, but it's still Wednesday. I hope you've been doing well, though. It's good to see you. And drop the skip. It's 9P, and then I think I'm gonna drop 2. We'll drop 4M first, and then we'll drop this 2P. Berserkly busy for me, otherwise cheerful. Yeah, I know what you mean. Because like before the holidays, I think like most companies like try and do all their end of the year business. Is that in your case too? Yo, you got juice tiles? I mean, no, not right now. Also, hey Mary. Hey Mary. Oh man, but you know, Hannah, Mary, you both missed like my yap fest. I was like a Division 1 yapper earlier in the stream. Just going off. Stream of consciousness. I was Virginia Woolf down here. You usually are? Yeah. Division 1 yapper, yeah. Division 1 yapper. That's what all the cool kids are saying now, you know? It's when you're a master class chatter. Chatty-Cathy. Masterclass Chatty-Cathy. As a cook, my hell week was Thanksgiving. Oh my god, I can only imagine. Now we big chillin'. What happens during Christmas? In the food industry, like... Is it just like... I don't know. My dad used to work in a Chinese restaurant. He's retired now. But, like, he worked in a Chinese restaurant and he always had to work, like, Christmas. Christmas was crazy busy. Because, you know, of the pact between Jewish people and Chinese people to eat Chinese food on Christmas. It's a good pact. Good pact. feel like during the holidays people don't want to cook, so wouldn't they like get catering and like take out a lot more? Is that wild? Or are people like actually cooking a lot more at home for that big meal? I guess so, because then you're making like turkey and shit for Thanksgiving. So much cooking though. Sorry, you've got me hiccuping and thinking at the same time. That's not a good combo. We might schnitzu this, by the way. We get like 60 catering orders for Thanksgiving, like 5 for Christmas usually. Damn. 60 catering orderings for one specific night, or even like a weekend, even if you like extend Thanksgiving as like a long weekend thing. That is rough. Mixie, when you said like your hell week was Thanksgiving, I didn't know it was like 60 catering orders worth Thanksgiving. Jesus Christ. What the fuck? That is a nightmare. Jesus. That's so much chopping. Shimo is going off. Yeah, they're going off. I'm third on this. That's okay. I know Hannah and Mary, you just got here, but I think I may have to go. I have to like go take some medication or something. My nose is fucked. My nose is fucked. I know what 200 pounds of sausage stuffing looks like. Oh God, so much. No complaints, ma'am. Okay, I gotta go though. I'm feeling like so congested and so sick right now. I know, Mary. I know. Just deal with it. I'll see you all later, some other time. I do not like this clown. I do not like having a boy character. It's the I miss the other characters. Let me see who I can raid. I'm just like taking a look-see at who's here that I know. Do I know anyone? Oh, I think Small Biscuit actually. I kind of know. Let me see. Let me raid. Yeah, I kind of know Small Biscuit. I'm gonna just go. Okay, let's go raid Small Biscuit. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for your kind message about feeling better. I'm gonna try and feel better. Okay, thanks everyone for hanging out. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya. Goodbye.